Dear students, today we will learn calculation of air required for combustion of fuel. What is combustion? Combustion is generation of heat and light by the burning of a fuel in presence of oxygen. Complete combustion of fuel is possible only if there is presence of adequate supply of oxygen. What is the significance of any combustion reaction? It helps in finding the correct air supply rate. Flue gases, that means waste gases composition, can be detected for the combustion products. It is an important feature to design, run and maintain a boiler. It gives the complete data for combustion and this in turn helps for the regular maintenance. Therefore, it is important to calculate the amount of air required for combustion. By calculating the amount, we can judge what type of combustion is present. That means we can judge that it is incomplete combustion, perfect combustion or a good combustion. If it is incomplete combustion, then excess or less amount of air is required and carbon monoxide is generated. If it is perfect combustion, a very specific amount of oxygen is needed and we add some additional excess air so that there is complete combustion and no uncombusted material is left. If it is good combustion, then only a little excess air is there, but we always feel that if there is difference between perfect and good, that it is good combustion, then there will be too much excess air and it will result in heat and efficiency losses. When we want to calculate the amount of air required, then we have to follow some rules or principles of combustion. That is, the amount of air required for complete combustion is depending on elemental constituents: carbon, hydrogen, sulfur, nitrogen and oxygen. This amount of air is called stoichiometric air. Now I have written carbon, hydrogen and sulfur, not nitrogen and oxygen. That means oxygen is helping in combustion, not itself combusted. Therefore, we are not adding it in requirement, and nitrogen, only a trace amount of nitrogen is combusted, which is important for environmental pollution, but we are not considering it in oxygen requirement, which is because it is in very trace quantity. The first rule is, you have always learned this rule previously also, substances always combine in definite proportions which are described by molecular masses of reactants and products. Therefore, for knowing amount of oxygen, we must know the combustion reaction. For example, we can write a set of combustion reactions for these many compounds. It can be written for any compound, any element, any gaseous constituent. H plus O2 giving SO2. For example, but it is essential that you should learn the balanced equation. A small tip for learning to balance the carbon and oxygen equation is, whatever number of carbon atom is present at the left hand side of arrow, you get the amount of carbon dioxide in that number only. That means if it is 1, then you will get 1 mole of CO2. If it is 2, you will get 2. If it is 6, then you will get 6. In this way, you can, it should be 2 CO2. Here there is a correction, that is 2 CO2. The second rule is, nitrogen, ash and carbon dioxide, if present in fuel, are uncombustible matter and therefore they do not take any oxygen during combustion. Net or minimum oxygen required can be calculated by theoretical oxygen minus oxygen present in fuel. Theoretical oxygen means when we are calculating it on paper, and whatever amount of oxygen is present in fuel, it is entirely consumed for combustion. It helps in combustion, so it should be deducted. Why we are deducting? Because it can be related to a example that if you require 100 rupees and you are already having 10 rupees with you, then you borrow only 90 rupees. It can be related in that way. By convention, in air, the composition of oxygen is by volume is 21% and by weight it is 23%. Weight of air required is 100 upon 23 into net oxygen. It is entirely on unitary method. Composition of nitrogen in air is 77% by weight and 79% by volume. Mean molecular weight can be calculated in that way, and that is 28.92. As you all know, 1 gram mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liters. So, we can say that weight of 22.4 liters of a gas is its molecular mass. The ideal gas law is generally PV is equal to nRT, and we have already learned about this equation. Now, the most important is dry products. Dry products or flue gases of combustion, which includes flue gases, dry products and waste gases, is similar. It includes CO2, SO2 and nitrogen and oxygen. Now, when you say that combustion is there, then moisture essentially comes out. But we are using the word dry products, so we do not count moisture as dry product. Moisture means H2O. CO2, it results by combustion of carbon compounds. SO2 by sulfur. Nitrogen, whatever amount present in fuel, that also comes out as waste, and whatever you supply by air, that also comes out as waste. Oxygen comes out as flue gas only in case when excess air is supplied in the system, because if you don't supply excess air, then the amount of air supplied results in only combustion of the carbon, hydrogen and sulfur. It can be calculated in such a way: CO2 present in fuel, if any, and total CO2 produced is the total amount of carbon dioxide received as exhaust. SO2, whatever amount of it is present in fuel, as well as total sulfur dioxide produced. We are calculating the individual values. How oxygen can be calculated? The actual air supplied minus air required into 21 by 100. That is excess air into 21 by 100. Why it is done so? Actual air supplied means if you are supplying minimum air plus excess air for a perfect combustion, then you will have a value of actual air supplied. Air required is the minimum air required. Then what was the oxygen? Actual air supplied minus air required is the amount equal to excess air, because we have supplied excess air in that case and air required was minimum air required, so the excess amount is surplus and the oxygen in this excess air is extra, which was not required by the fuel, so it comes out as exhaust. Excess air multiplied by 23 upon 100 if it is by weight. This value 23 and 21 is amount of oxygen present in air by volume or by weight in percentage. Nitrogen present in fuel, whatever is present in fuel, as I talked earlier, it will come as exhaust, plus actual air supplied into 77 by 100 if it is by weight, and if it is by volume, then it will be 79 by 100. What is important? Since air contains 77% by weight and 79% by volume. If we want to calculate the total dry products, then carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen all are added and we get the total amount. if we want to calculate the percentage of individual component, then the amount of carbon dioxide divided by total and amount of SO2 divided by total multiplied by 100. So we can write this way: total CO2 divided by total dry products multiplied by 100. This will give you the value of percentage of CO2. In this way, we can calculate for every component. Now, I think you are clear with the rules of the combustion. We will calculate for solid and liquid fuels by weight and for gaseous fuels by volume in next video. Thank you.